Timothée Chalamet is seriously playing games with Kylie Jenner. One moment he's acting like their relationship never existed, and the next, he's wrapping his arms around her just to get people talking. Kylie's feeling torn. She's crazy about him, but deep down she's starting to question if she can really trust him, especially after hearing whispers about his too close for comfort bond with one of his co-stars. Let's dive into what's really going down. It looks like Christmas came early for Kylie Jenner because even with all her fame and fortune, what she truly wanted was to show up on the red carpet next to her man, Timothée Chalamet. When he actually invited her to the LA premiere of Marty Supreme, you just know she was thrilled. I mean, come on, remember that Vogue interview a few months back where he completely dodged any mention of her? That moment had fans questioning everything. But now, this sudden invite feels like a total switch-up, and maybe even a calculated one. Timothée seems to be pulling every trick he's got to make Marty Supreme a major hit. He brought Kylie to the red carpet. Kris Jenner's out here rocking a Marty Supreme jacket, and the internet's buzzing with breakup rumors. It's like he's turning all the chaos into free promo for his movie. Something tells me Kylie's starting to see the pattern, and it's not looking good. The red carpet moment might have looked perfect, but behind the scenes, things between Timothée and Kylie weren't exactly picture perfect. According to one insider, the two cool down and heat up all the time. And right before the premiere, they were apparently in one of those cool down phases. They hadn't blocked each other or swapped their stuff back yet, but they were definitely taking a breather. So yeah, even though they showed up smiling for the cameras, it sounds like their love story runs hot and cold, just like any regular couple trying to figure things out. Another source dropped some major tea, saying that right now, Timothy's all about building his career. He's focused on awards, projects, and becoming the actor he's always dreamed of being. And honestly, being in a relationship might not be on top of his list right now. His hustle is the priority, and while Kylie might not love hearing that, it's something she might have to accept if she wants him back in her life. And let's be real, the timing is wild. Marty Supreme needs all the attention it can get, because before this whole red carpet moment, barely anyone was talking about it. I mean, the movie's about a ping pong prodigy, which doesn't exactly scream blockbuster, but throw Timothée Chalamet and Gwyneth Paltrow into the mix, and suddenly everyone's paying attention. Still, let's not forget that Daily Mail insiders were the same ones claiming Kylie and Timothée had broken up, only for People magazine to step in and say, nope, they're still together. People's sources even doubled down, saying the couple's doing great. They make an effort to see each other every few weeks, and they're already making plans for the holidays. The back and forth is insane. One minute they're over, the next they're cozy again. No wonder fans are confused. Let's be honest, and if my partner and I could afford private jets, there's no way we'd be waiting weeks to see each other. Like seriously, with all that money and free time, if Kylie and Timothée really wanted to spend time together, they absolutely could. I get that some couples do long distance and make it work, but this isn't a budget situation, and this is Hollywood. If there's space between them, it might be intentional. Now about Marty Supreme, the movie's packed with stars. We've got Timothée Chalamet, Gwyneth Paltrow, and Odessa A'zion, who a lot of people know from I Love That For You. And trust me, Odessa's energy is next level. No wonder people can't stop talking about her. I'm actually working on a deep dive into her because she's seriously fascinating. But here's where things get spicy. A TikTok page called Celebrity Blinds dropped some gossip claiming Kylie's feeling uneasy about Timothy's connection with Odessa. And honestly, can you blame her? Odessa has that effortless cool girl vibe, laid back, confident, and magnetic. If I were in Kylie's shoes, I'd be watching that situation real close too. And let's not forget, Hollywood stars always seem to slide past drama untouched. There's always a reason why they bounce back from every scandal like nothing happened. It's all about power, image, and having the right people in your corner. Most of us don't have a whole team of lawyers ready to fight our battles, especially when life hits hard. If you've ever been hurt in an accident, you already know how tough insurance companies can be. They'll do everything they can to pay you the smallest amount possible. At the premiere, we only got a few short minutes of Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet together on the red carpet, but wow. That was more than enough for everyone to start analyzing their every move. And you already know the body language experts were quick to jump in with their takes. Seriously, shout out to them. That has to be one of the most entertaining jobs ever. One of the most well-known experts, Judy James, who we've mentioned before, gave Daily Mail some pretty telling insight. According to her, the romantic vibes between Kylie and Timothee looked totally one-sided. Ouch. She said Kylie appeared thrilled to show off their relationship and be seen as this glowing head-over-heels girlfriend. But Timothee's body language told a different story. Judy pointed out that his stance made him look less like a passionate partner and more like someone who didn't want to play the celebrity boyfriend role at all. It gets even more interesting. Judy noticed Kylie was the one controlling the moment. She was guiding his hand onto her hip, repositioning it between poses, and adjusting their angles for the cameras like a pro. Meanwhile, Timothée just smiled and went along with it, kind of like he was letting her run the show. So according to Judy, Kylie's working overtime to make their red carpet appearance look picture-perfect and affectionate, but the energy isn't being matched. Timothee's body language screams, "Just here for the photos," while Kylie's giving full-on, "We're so in love" vibes. What a contrast. It's pretty clear that Timothee wasn't exactly reaching for Kylie's hand or pulling her in close. She was making all the moves. And let's be real, when someone's not putting in any effort to show affection, it usually means they're just not that into it. Honestly, it's starting to look like Timothee might have used this whole red carpet moment for a little boost, some clout to get his movie buzzing. Because when I saw them posing together, I was honestly shocked, especially with everything we've heard about their roller coaster relationship. Now here's where it gets messy. A headline recently claimed that Timothée Chalamet set humiliating terms that Kylie has to accept if she wants to restart things with him after he dumped her. Like what? How is she even putting up with that? No matter how you feel about Kylie Jenner, you have to admit, she doesn't deserve to be treated like that. She's got fame, influence, and more opportunities than most people could dream of, but somehow, she's chasing after a guy who's not matching her energy. Think about it. She's got her own empire, her own jet, the same one Timothée apparently loves to use, and still, it feels like she's the one trying harder. That's gotta sting. She could literally transform her look, chase every beauty standard out there, and it still wouldn't be enough to keep his full attention. What's wild is that Timothée seems to have this issue with being too closely linked to the Kardashian-Jenner world. He avoids PDA and won't openly talk about Kylie, unless it's convenient for his image. Yet when promoting his film Marty Supreme, he suddenly can't stop talking, saying it's one of his best performances ever. The timing feels way too perfect, like he knows exactly when to play the boyfriend card and when to disappear. Timothée recently said, "I feel like I've been handing in really committed top-of-the-line performances. It's important to say it out loud because the discipline and work ethic I'm bringing, I don't want people taking it for granted. I don't want to be taking it for granted." Now, that's some confidence right there. But it's kind of funny. When a male actor says something like that, people usually just nod along. If anyone else did, they'd be called arrogant in a heartbeat. He's basically hyping up his own work before the audience even gets to judge it. And let's be real, not everyone's even seen Marty Supreme yet, so maybe Timothée should slow down a bit before calling it his best performance ever. Meanwhile, Kylie's still out here defending their relationship and saying she feels protective over him, but it really doesn't seem like he's giving her the same energy back. It's like she's stuck in this confusing space. Should she proudly show him off, or should she play it cool and pretend nothing's going on? Because half the time, he's out here acting like she doesn't even exist. That's gotta be frustrating, especially when every move she makes gets picked apart online. And here's where it gets even more awkward. One of Timothée's most passionate fans, the owner of a fan group called Club Chalamet, yeah, the same woman in her 50s who's obsessed with him, went off on social media. She's apparently furious about Kylie showing up at the premiere. It's wild how even his own fan base seems divided over this relationship. Some adore Kylie, while others wish she'd just disappear from the picture completely. This fan from Club Chalamet seriously cannot stand Kylie Jenner. It's wild. No one knows if this woman secretly wishes she were the one dating Timothée, but the way she talks online definitely raises eyebrows. She even told other fans to be more selective about what they watch or read about him, saying, "I'm here for Timothée. Always have been, always will be. Everything else is just noise." Like, wow, she's basically calling Kylie noise. And honestly, a lot of fans seem to agree. Even if it's harsh, that red carpet moment created a massive wave of publicity. The exact kind of noise Timothee might need to keep his Oscar buzz alive. One fan even posted, "Ridiculous fake relationship, it's so obvious. PR for him, love for her." And as cruel as that sounds, it really sums up what a lot of people are thinking. Kylie's giving her heart while Timothee might just be giving headlines. To make things look even more suspicious, both of them completely avoided talking about each other in interviews. Reporters tried to bring it up at the Marty Supreme premiere, and both dodged the questions like it was planned. Plus, there's still zero trace of them on each other's social media pages. And for Kylie, that's a big deal. Everyone knows how important online image is to her, so that silence feels extra cold. And then there's Timothee's comment. When someone asked him directly about Kylie, he said, "I will not talk about Ms. Kylie Jenner. I don't say that with any fear, I just don't have anything to say." Like, ouch. That stings more than if he just brushed it off with a next question, because saying nothing makes it sound like she means nothing, and that's rough, especially when he's more than happy to ride around on her private jet. The silence speaks volumes. So in a recent interview, Timothée Chalamet casually admitted that he hasn't even picked out a Christmas gift for Kylie Jenner yet. But don't worry, he promised it's going to be good. Honestly though, it kind of feels like bringing her to the Marty Supreme premiere was already his version of a Christmas gift. During the chat, host Amanda Holden asked him straight up, "Are your gifts done?" Timothee said, "No." Then she followed up with, "So what are you going to buy Kylie?" And he just smirked and said, "She will see. It will be good." Like, okay, mysterious man. But what do you even buy for someone who literally has everything? Unless he's planning to drop a ring on that finger, there's not much that could surprise Kylie at this point. Then things got kind of awkward. Amanda randomly joked, "I don't know, but Legoland is in London. Does Kylie like a bit of Lego?" Girl, what? Kylie Jenner and Legos don't exactly mix. We're talking about a billionaire beauty mogul, not a kid playing with bricks. Amanda even doubled down, saying maybe Kylie couldn't handle Legos because of her long nails. It felt like a low-key dig, and honestly, people online were quick to call her out for shading Kylie on live TV. Maybe Amanda's just trying to be funny, or maybe she's trying to shoot her shot at Timothée too. But to give Timothee some credit, you can see why he tries to stay quiet about Kylie in interviews. One wrong comment and the whole internet jumps on it. He's probably seen how fast other celebrity relationships blow up careers, like what's happening with Ethan Slater right now, and he's trying hard not to let that be him. Let's be real. Nobody's checking in on Ethan Slater right now. Everyone's watching Ariana Grande. And honestly, that's probably Timothée Chalamet's biggest fear. Being known as Kylie Jenner's boyfriend instead of the serious actor he's been working so hard to become. After all the major films he's done, it must sting when every interview turns into questions about Kylie instead of his craft. One fan commented, "He skips the question. Stop asking him. He doesn't want to talk about it." Another wrote, "I hope it's an engagement ring. They're such a gorgeous couple and clearly smitten with each other." And they've got a point, these two have been linked since 2023, which is practically a lifetime in Hollywood years. By celebrity relationship math, that's basically 14 years in regular time. So yeah, people are definitely wondering, where's the ring, Timothee? And you just know Kris Jenner's thinking the same thing. She probably wants that engagement ring more than anyone. Kris has always been strategic about relationships. She knows how powerful a union like that could be for the family brand. But then there's the rumor that things got a little awkward inside the Kardashian circle. Remember those reports that Kylie supposedly didn't want Timothee around Kim Kardashian because Kim was being too flirty with him? If that's true, that's a whole other layer of drama. And honestly, I can totally picture it. Kim flashing that signature charm and leaning in just a little too close at every family event. With this family, the mix of love, fame, and power always keeps the drama brewing. And poor Timothée might be realizing he signed up for more than just a relationship. One fan commented, "Worst interviewers ever, so awkward." And honestly, they might be onto something. Some people are convinced the only reason Timothée even mentioned Kylie was because she probably called him out for ignoring her in that last interview. And let's be honest, I wouldn't be shocked if that's true. When he said, "I have nothing to say" about her during that Vogue interview, even I felt secondhand hurt. If I were Kylie, that would have stung bad, especially when she's always showing up for him. Now, switching gears, I don't know about you, but my eyesight's terrible. My contacts are like -2.5 and I don't even have them in right now, so bear with me while I try to read this next headline. Timothée Chalamet wore vision-altering contacts so he could use real glasses in Marty Supreme. Like, what? Apparently he had perfect vision, but wanted to mess with it just to wear real glasses for the role. That's commitment. Or maybe obsession. Timothee's been open about wanting to be one of the greatest actors of his generation. But at what cost? Because if this is true, that's a little extreme. The greats don't have to harm themselves to prove how great they just are. I mean, imagine having perfect eyesight and willingly messing it up for a character. That's wild. He even revealed that one of the most unexpected parts of filming Marty Supreme was trying to distort his vision to make his performance feel more authentic. But honestly, I can't tell if this is method acting or just another PR stunt to make headlines. Because really, who in their right mind would risk their eyesight for a movie role? Some fans are praising his dedication, calling it next-level artistry, but others aren't buying it. It kind of feels like he's doing the most to prove how serious he is. Maybe even trying to build that Oscar-worthy image, one shocking story at a time. Whatever the case, it's clear Timothee's willing to go to extremes, and people can't decide if that's inspiring or just plain reckless. It's almost like Timothee's out here saying, "Come on, give me the award already. I even messed up my vision for this role." Like, bro, chill. You don't need to go that far for an Oscar. With Marty Supreme dropping on Christmas Day, Timothee's deep in promo mode, hopping from one interview to the next to keep the buzz alive, and honestly, good for him. The studio clearly isn't letting him rest. But here's the latest twist he dropped. That viral buzz cut he showed off earlier this year? Yeah, apparently it wasn't his choice. He revealed that he actually begged to keep his hair long. Timothee said, "You know, we're all weirdly attached to our hair. It's kind of our personality, these follicles that grow out of our heads." And honestly, same. Though, wow, that word follicles gives me the creeps. Still, you can tell it wasn't easy for him to let go of that signature messy hair everyone associates with him. But hey, when you're trying to prove yourself as one of the greats, sometimes you've got to make sacrifices, even if it means buzzing it all off. Can you imagine me with no hair? Nah, that would be tragic. Especially with this hairline situation I've got going on. And by the way, I still can't get over the fact that all this drama is tied to what's basically a ping pong movie. Like, for real. All this chaos, press, and controversy over table tennis? You can't make this stuff up. Something about Marty Supreme just doesn't pull me in. Maybe it's the whole ping pong movie thing, but I can't lie. It doesn't sound like my kind of film. I'm actually heading to Thailand soon, and let's just say the word ping pong hits a little differently there. If you know, you know. And if you don't, trust me, do not look it up. Let's just say there are some very talented performers in Thailand who've taken ping pong skills to a whole new level. And that's all I'm gonna say. You've officially learned something new today. Now, speaking of wild moments, Gwyneth Paltrow had the most hilariously awkward mix-up with Timothee on set. Apparently, she gave him skincare advice after mistaking his movie makeup for real acne. Gwyneth saw him with his textured makeup look for Marty Supreme and, being the wellness queen she is, immediately jumped in like, "Oh no, I've got tips for that." That's peak Gwyneth energy. So confident, so blunt, and so unapologetically goop-coated. She even told him she had a microneedling guy who could fix that right up. Like, imagine being Timothee in full character makeup, and Gwyneth just walks over with her calm, crystal-charged energy like, "Sweetie, I can help your skin." He had to stop her and say, Hey, that's makeup." Gwyneth apparently laughed it off, saying the special effects were so realistic she thought he actually had scars. Honestly, that's kind of a compliment to the makeup team. But it's also such a classic Gwyneth move. She's always halfway floating in her own wellness universe, handing out beauty advice no one asked for, and somehow we still love her for it. And shout out to all the acne girlies out there. Gwyneth meant well. Even though she might have been a little too in her goop bubble, it's nice to know even Oscar winners can have those oops moments. Anyway, back to Gwyneth and Timothee. Gwyneth later clarified that, yes, Timothee actually has amazing skin in real life. She said she's never worked on a project where an actor's face was transformed like that with makeup, and it totally threw her off. But here's the thing, she also had to film intimate scenes with him for Marty Supreme. So you can just imagine her trying to get in the moment, glancing at his makeup, thinking it's real, and instantly going into goop mode like, "I've got a guy who can fix that." You just know Gwyneth was doing her best to stay professional, but deep down she was probably itching to share her skincare wisdom mid-scene. It's so her. She can't resist a wellness moment, even in the middle of filming something emotional. And fun fact, Gwyneth wasn't even the first pick for her role in Marty Supreme. Apparently, Timothee originally wanted Julia Roberts to play opposite him, but she turned it down because she thought their age gap would make things uncomfortable on screen. Gwyneth, on the other hand, had no problem stepping into the role. Back in March during a Vanity Fair interview, she even teased that she and Timothée shared a lot of intense scenes together, calling the experience beyond vulnerable. You can totally tell Gwyneth loved being part of this film. She's confident, bold, and clearly not shy about what went down on set. Whether she's handing out skincare tips or diving into steamy roles, Gwyneth's always going to keep it classy, in her own quirky Goop-style way. Okay, now it totally makes sense why Kylie Jenner isn't exactly a fan of Goop or anything Gwyneth Paltrow related, because this next story, it's wild. This right here might be one of the craziest celebrity conspiracies I've ever come across, and I'm honestly so excited to break it down. So here's the tea. There's a growing rumor that Timothée Chalamet secretly has a side career as a rapper under the name Kid, and honestly, I'm starting to believe it. I've talked about this before on TikTok, and people went crazy over it. There's this British rapper who looks exactly like Timothée, moves like him, talks like him, and even dances like him. The resemblance is way too close to ignore. He performs as SD Kid, claiming to be from Liverpool, and always wears a balaclava that hides most of his face, except for his eyes. But come on, those eyes are unmistakable. SD Kid has been dropping tracks since 2025, and here's the kicker. He's racked up over 11 million listeners on Spotify. That's no small feat. Meanwhile, when Kylie tried to dip her toes into music, her numbers didn't even come close to that. Which honestly makes me wonder, did she try music because she knew about Timothee's secret rap career? Maybe she felt more confident exploring that world knowing he was already doing it on the low. The more I look into it, the more it feels like this isn't just a wild rumor. There are too many coincidences. The accent slips, the similar gestures, even the way SD Kid talks about fame in his lyrics. If you line up interviews of Timothee next to SD Kid's performances, it's like watching the same person in two different worlds. I'm not saying it's 100% confirmed, but this might be one of those truth hiding in plain sight situations. And if it turns out to be real, that's gonna shake Hollywood for sure. So here's where things get really interesting. SD Kid, the mysterious rapper everyone's convinced is actually Timothée Chalamet, recently dropped a collab track with another artist. And guess what? In August 2025, Timothée was spotted at that same rapper's small show in London. Coincidence? I don't think so. If Timothée truly had no connection to that artist, why show up to such a low-key gig when he could be at any A-list event in the city? It only makes sense if they've worked together before. And if that's the case, it's practically proof that he's SD Kid. It's like he's playing it off in public, but behind the scenes, he's dropping bars instead of movie lines. Now, I've seriously been thinking about checking out an SD Kid show myself. Maybe even the one coming up in Los Angeles. Some real boots-on-the-ground reporting, right? I won't lie, though. I'm a little nervous. Those shows can get wild. SD Kid's music brings out serious energy from the crowd, and things can get rowdy real fast. Still, part of me wants to go just to confirm this theory in person. Imagine catching Timothee in disguise, rapping under strobe lights while pretending to be someone else. That would break the internet. And the wildest part? In a recent interview, a journalist actually asked Timothée about this double-life rumor, calling it his Hannah Montana moment. And his reaction said everything. He laughed nervously and said, "I got no comment on that. No, I got no comment." But then he added, "I've got 2 words for that. All will be revealed in due time." Like, excuse me? That's way more than 2 words. But also the most suspicious response ever. If he wasn't SD Kid, he could have just laughed it off and denied it. But instead, he dropped a cryptic teaser like he's building up to a big reveal. The man basically confirmed it without confirming it. Think about it. If Timothée wasn't SD Kid, why wouldn't he just shut the rumors down completely? No celeb in their right mind would want someone else's wild lyrics, edgy persona, or unpredictable behavior tied to their image unless there was some truth behind it. The fact that he's not denying it almost feels like he's quietly claiming ownership. which is a huge risk for someone with his kind of Hollywood reputation. You can actually see him get a little tense whenever the topic comes up. Like, what's he hiding? If he's not SD Kid, then why get nervous? Why tease fans with cryptic lines like, "All will be revealed in due time," during that Heart Breakfast radio interview? It's giving "I know something you don't," and that's only fueling the theory more. And seriously, how iconic would it be if the big reveal happened live? Picture this: SD Kid performing on stage, the crowd going crazy, and then he suddenly pulls off his balaclava to reveal Timothée Chalamet underneath. Cameras flashing, fans screaming, internet broken. That would be the ultimate moment of pop culture chaos. But it's not just about how they act, it's also the details. People have pointed out that both Timothee and SD Kid were seen wearing the exact same Alexander McQueen scarf. Sure, anyone could buy one, but the timing and style match way too perfectly. And that's not the only overlap. Timothée showing up at that underground concert wasn't just a coincidence. It lines up perfectly with SD Kid's schedule. Plus, let's not forget Timothee's history with music. This isn't random. He's always loved rap. Back in 2012, long before Hollywood fame, he was already dropping rhymes and having fun with it. You can tell it's a world he genuinely enjoys, and honestly, this would be the perfect way for him to keep that creative spark alive without the pressure of the spotlight. So yeah, the puzzle pieces fit a little too well. I'm convinced this secret rapper theory might not be so far-fetched after all. Now let's check out that old video of Timothée rapping from back in the day. It might just seal the deal. Now that we've dug through all the drama, from Kylie's love confusion to Timothee's secretive side and that wild SD Kid theory, let's bring it back to what's actually happening right now in 2025. And surprisingly, there's a lot of real info that lines up with all this buzz. So first off, yes, Timothée Chalamet and Kylie Jenner are still together, as of the most recent reports from outlets like People Magazine and Entertainment Tonight this December 2025. Insiders have confirmed that while their relationship is still very private, they've managed to keep things going strong despite crazy schedules. Apparently, they're doing the long-distance thing as Timothee continues to travel for work, and Kylie's been focused on expanding her brand and spending time with her two kids. People close to them say they're low-key, but still very much connected. So, no breakup confirmed, no major drama right now, at least not publicly. On Timothee's career side, his latest movie, A Complete Unknown, where he plays Bob Dylan, has been getting massive praise during its early screenings. Directed by James Mangold, this film's been a big shift for him. More serious, more musical, and yes, he actually sings in it. Critics have said it's one of his best performances yet, and that's a big deal considering all the pressure he's been under after the Wonka rollout last year. The movie's set for an early 2026 release, and if the early reviews are anything to go by, we might just see him snag a few award nominations soon. Now, about that SD Kid rumor, here's the real tea. After months of fan speculation, it's been debunked by several credible outlets. SD Kid is not Timothée Chalamet. The rapper behind the mask has been confirmed as a British musician from Liverpool, but his identity's still being kept low profile. The similarities, the eyes, the vibe, the voice, definitely had fans fooled, but sources close to Timothée told Variety that he's not involved in any secret music projects. So, mystery solved, though it's wild how convincing the theory was. As for Kylie, she's currently thriving. She just launched a new Kylie Cosmetics skincare collection this fall, and her clean beauty rebrand is doing surprisingly well. She's also been spotted at multiple red carpet events solo, showing she's not relying on anyone else for attention. Insiders even said she and Timothée have agreed to keep their relationship off social media to avoid unnecessary attention, which totally fits what we've seen lately. So yeah, after all the chaos, the rumors, and the red carpets, both Kylie and Timothée are still out here working hard and living their best lives. Maybe the truth is way less dramatic than the internet wants it to be. But hey, when it comes to Hollywood, you never really know what's coming next. With all the chaos around their relationship, the career shifts, and those internet conspiracies finally cleared up, it's time to look at where Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet are heading next, and what 2026 might really look like for them. Because one thing's for sure, both of them are leveling up in their own ways. Let's start with Kylie. After the major success of her new Kylie Skin rebrand, She's been focusing on expanding into wellness and fragrance, two markets she's been teasing since mid-2025. Just last month, Harper's Bazaar and Forbes confirmed that Kylie has officially partnered with Coty Inc. again for a luxury fragrance line launching in spring 2026. It's supposed to blend skincare benefits with fine perfume, very on-brand for her recent, soft, clean aesthetic. She's also been quietly working on a new YouTube documentary series that follows the evolution of her beauty empire, expected to release on Hulu, similar to the Kardashians. And professionally, Kylie's in one of her strongest eras yet. The business of fashion ranked her in the top 10 most influential beauty entrepreneurs of 2025, and she recently appeared on the Time 100 Next list for her longevity and brand power. Even her fashion game's been turning heads. She's become a staple at Paris Fashion Week, walking with brands like Schiaparelli and Maison Margiela. Love her or not, she's proving she's more than just a reality star. Now, as for Timothée, his career's been skyrocketing. Following the success of Wonka and the upcoming buzz for A Complete Unknown, he's reportedly in talks to join Denis Villeneuve's next sci-fi project, a spiritual follow-up to Dune, Part 2, according to Deadline. He's also rumored to star alongside Zendaya again, which fans are already going wild over. Critics are saying this could be his Oscar stretch, especially if A Complete Unknown lands as strong as early reactions suggest. Publicly, Timothée and Kylie are still keeping things super private. People magazine confirmed in late November that they support each other's work from behind the scenes, and have both agreed not to center their relationship in media coverage. There have even been sightings of Timothée visiting Kylie's Hidden Hills mansion quietly, but no flashy PDA moments lately. It feels like both of them have matured past the headline-chasing phase. Kylie's solidifying herself as a long-term business icon, and Timothée's proving he's more than just a Hollywood heartthrob. He's an artist pushing for legacy status. And honestly, this might be the calm before the next wave. With awards season coming, red carpets heating up, and Kylie's next big launch on the way, we're probably going to see these two pop up together again soon, maybe in a way that'll finally have everyone talking for the right reasons. So, after breaking down every twist, from the red carpet rumors to the hidden rapper theory and everything in between, it's clear that Timothée Chalamet and Kylie Jenner's story is way deeper than just Hollywood gossip. Whether they're keeping things private to protect what they've built or just focusing on their own careers right now, one thing's for sure: people can't stop talking about them. But what do you think? Do you believe their relationship is the real deal? Or do you feel like it's more of a strategic move from both sides? And what about Timothée's next film? Do you think his Bob Dylan role could finally land him that Oscar everyone's been talking about? I really want to hear your thoughts because everyone seems divided on this one. Drop your opinion in the comments, no holding back. And if you've been enjoying deep dives like this, the kind that mix facts, behind-the-scenes insight, and a little pop culture mystery, make sure you're locked in with Fame Quake. Just tap that like button and hit subscribe so you don't miss the next big celebrity shakeup we uncover. This story might have started with whispers and red carpets, but now it's become a full-on Hollywood saga that's still unfolding, and we're going to keep following it as it does. So keep your eyes open, because in this world, the truth always comes out, one headline at a time.